This might be a segment where I have to control my laughter many times. In my day job, I work as a personal trainer, exercise therapist, helping people get in the best shape they can at whatever stage they are in life. And it's true that the vast majority of people listening to this or living in the world at some point will try to take control of their personal health, whether through exercise or diet. And the real reality I have learned as a personal trainer, that there are no real secrets. It's exercise more and eat better. That will help you. But I wasn't always a trainer. And growing up, especially in my 20s, I tried everything, all of the tricks to try to get in the best shape I could. What we're going to do here is go way, way back in the day to the 1970s and see what some of the failed weight loss or exercise fads were. And some of these I can't believe are real, but yet I can. Those of you who are older, 50s and 60s, most of these you'll probably remember. Me growing up as a child of the 80s, a few of these I remembered because the fads didn't just end when 1979 ticked over to 1980. Man, I had fun researching this. I've got a good list here, so get ready for some laughs and please don't try any of these. First off is the unfortunately named Ayds.
I've tried fad diets, powders, pills. Still my weight's been up and down like a yo-yo until the Ayds plan taught me how to take off weight and help keep it off.
Ayds may taste like a candy, but Ayds contains one of the most effective appetite suppressants you can buy.
The full name was Ayds Reducing Plan Candy. It was spelled AYDS. It was appetite suppressant candy with different flavors: chocolate, peanut butter, peppermint, butterscotch, all that stuff. Ayds was around for decades before the illness became front and center. That's what the main issue was with the Ayds candy. By 1985, they had decided to change the name, fortunately, to not have it associated with an illness that was killing everyone that got it. South Park actually poked fun at this when they had Jared Fogle. Boy, this has aged well. When they had him on South Park, or at least, the fictional version of him. And they asked how he lost all of his weight, and he said he got Ayds. What he meant was diet aids to help him with his nutrition, but they didn't specify it. So it's sort of like getting this candy in 1983 and saying, yeah, I just had Ayds and now I'm losing weight. You could see where that wouldn't go over well. Another one that was big in the 1970s is the drinking man's diet, which is a low-carb diet, but featured a lot of alcohol. This originated in a 1964 book by Robert Cameron. And the idea was that they didn't encourage drinking, but knowing that a good majority of people were drinking in America, they decided to craft a diet around it. The book was a success, selling nearly 2.5 million copies. So I guess a lot of people wanted to know how to lose weight while continuing to drink. Despite the fact that it sold that many copies, just a year after the book came out in 1965, Time magazine did a review on this drinking man's diet and immediately found it to be total nonsense, no scientific basis, which is a lot of these diet fads. There's a lot of mights and shoulds and coulds with these diets. It's sort of a protective thing for the people that create them. Instead of saying whatever diet or diet pill will have you lose weight, it says it could, just so that when it doesn't work, you can't sue. One of the absolute kings of exercise fad failures is the sauna suit. The idea behind it is that you wear clothing that will heat your body so you'll sweat more like you would in a sauna. You're supposed to wear this suit that's typically a top and bottom, pants and shirt, while doing whatever you do. And you'll sweat more and then supposedly burn fat. But in reality, what you end up losing is the water through sweat. So if you're out doing some kind of hardcore cardio, running in a sauna suit in the heat, You're going to get rapidly dehydrated, end up on the side of the road just cooked inside your sauna suit. I still see these things at Walmart, at Target. You would think after 50 years, with there being no real success stories with a sauna suit, they would just get rid of it. But I guess there's suckers that are looking for shortcuts. Another supposed miracle weight loss diet that popped up in the 1970s was the grapefruit diet. This came from the notion that there was supposed to be some kind of fat-burning enzyme in the grapefruit. This is not true, but interestingly, eating more grapefruits as a part of this grapefruit diet, it did help people lose weight because they were eating healthier. So it wasn't so much a miracle fat-melting enzyme in the grapefruit, it was just eating the fruit in general. I wish there were secrets and such like that for diets and exercise that would get you to where you want to be faster, safely, but it's really not true. One diet pill that you likely will remember if you're of my age group was Dexatrim.
Today, there's a diet pill that can help you lose weight without being hungry and without caffeine to make you nervous. Just one caffeine-free Dexatrim works all day, morning through bedtime, to control your appetite and help you lose weight.
The pounds came off, and I feel great.
You can lose weight, feel great with today's caffeine-free Dexatrim.
Now, Dexatrim is still around in one form or another, but I'm talking about the original Dexatrim that got pulled off the market. The original Dexatrim formula was pulled in 2001. It's a diet pill, appetite suppressant pill. Hell, I was just in the supermarket earlier today. I saw Dexatrim there. A Yale University of Medicine study found the link between the ingredients in the original Dexatrim formula and hemorrhagic strokes in females. And granted, not everybody that took Dexatrim or takes any fat-burning pill is going to have negative side effects, but knowing there's the risk, is it worth it? You should stick to something tastier, like the cookie diet that was around in the 70s. This is along the same lines as the things that you find in stores today, like Atkins chips or low-carb cookies or healthy cookies, if there is a such thing. The cookie diet was created by a man named Sanford Siegel in 1975, and he claimed that these cookies would curb hunger based on certain amino acids that were baked into the cookies. The idea is you would eat up to 9 of these cookies throughout the day and then have a quote-unquote sensible dinner, 500 to 700 calories. A lot of that comes down to self-control. The reasons that I don't have lots of junk food is because I don't trust myself. If I buy a container of Oreo cookies, I am highly likely to eat way more than whatever the suggested serving size is, 1/4 of a cookie. It is said that this cookie diet is still around, the recipe to make these cookies with whatever amino acids are in them, but it definitely peaked in the 1970s. I'm all for scaring people straight when it comes to their health, fitness, diet. But if you were faced with something called the last chance diet, how would you feel? Like you either do this diet right or you're going to get thrown off the bridge. It was created by Dr. Roger Lynn in 1976. You were supposed to drink this very low-calorie liquid protein concoction, and then you didn't have to exercise after. So it's like the magic miracle that everyone wants. The problem came when people were only drinking this Prolin drink, which is what they called it. It was less than 400 calories. So they were having 400 calories in a day, dropping 10 to 30% of their body weight just like that, and then dropping dead. Yes, people were dying on this last chance diet, which is why the name of it is so appropriate. It's like if this diet isn't a success for you, don't worry, you'll probably be dead anyway. The irony was that this protein drink, it was low in protein, and it was collagen and low in vitamins and minerals. You'd probably have a better chance drinking a bottle of Yoo-Hoo or Nestle's Quick than stupid last chance diet. One that sounded like it would have been a lot of fun is the wine and eggs diet. This became popular in Vogue magazine in the 70s, and obviously it consists of lots of wine and lots of eggs. I found a site that has the article printed from Vogue magazine, what you're supposed to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast was 1 hard-boiled egg, 1 glass of white wine, preferably Chablis, and 1 glass of black coffee. There's your breakfast. Lunch is 2 eggs, preferably hard-boiled, poached is alright as well, 2 more glasses of white wine, preferably Chablis, and another cup of black coffee. Finally, for dinner, 5 ounces of grilled steak. It says the rest of the white wine, and then it has in parentheses, up to 1 bottle per day, and then a cup of black coffee. So based on this diet, you're going to drink up to 7 bottles of wine per week? What the hell kind of insanity is that? When you take it all in total, could you imagine that? Up to a bottle of wine and 3 cups of coffee every day? The coffee would be fine, but good lord, the wine. No wonder why this thing didn't really take hold. So I will, in full transparency, say the diet is supposed to be 3 days you do this, and you'll lose up to 5 pounds. But come on, how many people that would have tried this and see the quote-unquote results after a few days are going to stop after 3? By the time 3 days hits, 3 bottles of wine, they've already got a problem with drinking. Man, that's insane. One of the funniest things that I saw when researching this topic was something called the Slender Bender. There's pictures of advertisements for it. It's like a lawn chair that you would do sit-ups using. Honestly, this looks like a lawn chair that you would have gotten in the 70s and 80s. And it comes with a booklet that shows you diagrams of different exercises you can do with it. Essentially, they're all sit-up versions. $34.95 it was going for with some of these ads for this stupid thing. You'd be looking at about $200 if you were going to buy one of these Slender Bender chairs today. At least with the crap like the sauna suits, they're like $10. Could you imagine $200 for a lawn chair to do sit-ups with? It's supposed to be for housewives that can't get to the gym. I wonder how many 70s kids were traumatized looking on from the crib as it looked like the lawn chair was eating their mother. Or maybe it worked. Any of you out there ever get a Slender Bender chair? Last but not least, for these failed weight loss and exercise fads of the 70s, was air shorts. The pictures of these will, if they don't make you laugh, you might not have a soul. They're along the same lines of the sauna suit, that you inflate these things around your waist, abdomen, legs, and it'll make you sweat and burn more calories. It says to inflate them and then do some sort of exercises or even housework. It looks like you were going to be dressed as the Michelin Man for Halloween, but you could only afford the bottom part. The sad thing is, people probably bought these thinking, wear it around my midsection, it will burn fat there. But there's no such thing as spot burning unless you go to a plastic surgeon and get lipo. Your metabolism is your whole body. That's why when people start dieting, those that are overweight especially, you see the weight loss first in their face because the fat is burned evenly throughout the body. So the idea is you've got the least amount of fat in your face, so you'll see the results in your face first. Oh, but if you buy those air shorts, you'll burn it just around your waist and butt. So there you go. 10 failed weight loss and exercise fads of the 70s. Man, some of these, I can't believe they were real. But then again, there's 80s, 90s, 2000s, different shades of the same coin. People looking for the fast track to get in shape, which is totally understandable. Unfortunately, once I became a trainer, I came to the sad reality that it's just not true. In the future, I'll do segments like this for the other decades. Especially going back further, 60s and 50s, there was probably insane stuff back then, even worse than the 70s. If that's possible.